Okay, hey everybody. Today we're going to talk about main idea and supporting details. Okay, so hopefully we all know what main idea and supporting details are, but I'm going to go over them right now. So main idea, when you're reading a story or a book or an article or anything, your main idea is what you're reading, what your story, your book, your article, your main idea is what it's mostly about. What is the central idea, the main idea of the thing you're reading? So let's talk about Frindle, for example. So here's Frindle. So this whole book, like once we finish this whole book, you should be able to tell me what this book was mostly about. That's the main idea. Now, the whole book has a main idea, but we can also find main ideas in just individual chapters. So if I were to say, I want you to read chapter 6 and tell me the main idea of just chapter 6. So there can be multiple main ideas within one thing that you're reading. So just like Frindle, the whole book has a main idea, but each chapter may have its own main idea. Like the chapter about Miss Granger. That chapter was just about Miss Granger. So that main idea was just about her, Miss Granger, but that's not necessarily what the whole book's main idea is. So different sections of things can have different main ideas. Then you have your supporting details. Your supporting details are the details that support your main idea. Those are the details that say, okay, this is my main idea, and these are the reasons why this is my main idea, okay? They are the details that are telling me that I have one main idea for something, okay? So we're going to be reading a whole article today, or a whole story, and I'm going to pull it up on my screen. Okay, it is called Go Outside and Play. So I'm going to model for you how to read this first section. So here's the title, Go Outside and Play by Jennifer Kroll. That's the author of this whole story, or this is more like an article, okay? I'm going to read this first section. So I know it's a section because here's the title. And then if I scroll down, here is a heading. Okay, and this is the start of a new section. All right, so here's a section. Here's another heading, The Great Outdoors. And then here's another heading, Why Play, Why Outside. So for today's activity, or for today's lesson, I'm going to model for you how to find the main idea and the supporting details of the first section. And you are going to read the next two sections, and you're going to get on Flipgrid, and you're going to pick one of them. You're either going to pick The Great Outdoors or Find Your Place, and you are going to, on Flipgrid, tell me what section you picked. You're going to tell me what the main idea is, and you're going to tell me what the supporting details were, okay? But right now, I'm going to model for you the first section so you kind of see how we're going to do this, okay? So Go Outside and Play. I'm going to read it, and then we're going to do main idea and supporting details. Go Outside and Play by Jennifer Kroll. Think about how much time you spent outside last week. Really outside. Walking from the car into the mall doesn't count. Now think about how much time you spent indoors, on the internet, or playing video games or watching TV. I play inside more than outside, says Casey M. of South Bend, Indiana. I like to play games on the computer. If you're like Casey and many other people, it's likely that you spent more time inside four walls than outside in fresh air. Kids spent 2 fewer hours per week on sports and outdoor activities in the early 2000s than kids did in the early 1980s. That's according to a University of Michigan study. Sedentary or non-moving activities are more popular. Most people in the study reported spending most of their free time watching TV, 85%, or playing computer games, 81%. The costs include obesity, greater stress, higher rates of physical and emotional illnesses, and less joy in being alive and aware, says Richard Louv, author of Last Child in the Woods, Saving Our Children from Nature Deficient Disorder. So that's the first section. Now, if I think to myself, what do I think the main idea is? Okay, what is this section, just this section, that's all I've read so far. What is the main idea of just this section? Well, if I'm just thinking, it's about how kids today, or really any people, spend less time outside and more time inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a main idea and a supporting details chart. And this is the chart that you're going to be doing this later today, okay? So this is the chart I'm going to fill out for my main ideas and my supporting details. So right here I have main idea. I'm going to put my main idea in this box right under here. I'm just going to type it right in and you'll be able to do this. Okay, so there's a... Hold on,
what I would
one second.
like to happen is for you to try your best to not hear it, to really see if you can hear it in your room. This is a perfect opportunity to identify the areas that cannot hear it. I have ordered 4 more speakers, and I'm almost certain I know where I should put them at. But today would be a good day to confirm where I need to have those extra speakers.
We're practicing lockdown drills today.
Music in the room, it's never going to be quiet in your room. Kids are really here to try and create some noise, because we could perfectly do a lockdown and it'd be great or whatever, but that wouldn't be really safe, and an actual lockdown had to take place. So I would really love to see who can actually hear it and who cannot hear it. If you cannot hear it when I make the announcement, don't participate. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'll tell the officers who come walk around exactly what we're doing, so I can really show where I need extra speakers at. I know the front part of the building, the main office, the library, those places cannot hear when the security doors are closed. So I don't anticipate for them to participate. So if you cannot hear, do not participate. If you can hear, make sure your door is locked, the lights are off, and you're in the back corner of the room where you cannot be visible through the door. So again, if you cannot hear, don't participate. And if you still do not have a room key, please come by the main office and we'll give you a room key. Thanks.
Okay, so now y'all know all about our lock drill that we're having today. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so anyways, back to what we were talking about. So I'm thinking about what this article or what this section was mostly about. And it was about how kids spend less time outside and more time inside. So if I go back to my article, there was a sentence down here that said, kids spent, oh no, right here. If you're like Casey and many other people, it's likely that you spent more time inside 4 walls than outside in fresh air. Well, I think that sounds like a perfect main idea for this section. This section was all about how the people who participated in this study and most people in general spend most of their time indoors, okay? So that's what our main idea is. It's likely that you spend more time inside 4 walls than outside in the fresh air. Likely that you spend more time indoors than outdoors in the fresh air, okay? So there's my main idea, done, that's easy. So now for my supporting details, I need to find details in the story support that this is what that section was about. Because if I can't find details that tell me like, oh, that's definitely what this was about, then that's probably not my main idea. Okay, so if you think you know what the main idea is, look for those supporting details, because if you can't find supporting details, then you may need to rethink about your main idea. Okay, so let's go back to the article. So I'm looking for details that support the idea that we spend more time inside than we do outside. So if I look in that very next sentence, it says kids spent 2 fewer hours per week on sports and outdoor activities. Okay, that means that kids your age are spending 2 fewer hours. That means less. So 2 less hours per week on sports and outdoor activities. That sounds like a supported detail to me. That supports the fact that we are inside more than we are outside. So that's one of my supporting details. Kids spend 2 hours less on outdoor activities. Well, that's not how you spell activities, but lucky. There we go. Okay, back to my article. So then if we come down here, we see this idea: sedentary or moving activities are more popular. So literally, activities that you don't move as much are more popular, like watching TV, playing on computer games. I know that just with virtual teaching, I am sitting at this desk in front of this computer a lot during the day, okay? And that's not much moving. I mean, I might have to get up to go talk to Miss Burnett and Miss Gentry, but I'm not really walking around like I would be if you guys were here in the classroom. So that definitely supports that idea that we're spending more time not just inside, but not moving at all. Okay, so non-moving activities are more popular. Non-moving activities are more popular. And then another supporting detail. Now I found another one that was, oh, here. Most people in the study reported spending most of their free time watching TV or playing computer games. And those are mostly indoor activities. Okay, I know now with the Nintendo Switch, you can probably take it outside, but even if you go outside, you're going to play your Nintendo Switch, you're just going to be sitting there playing it. You're not going to be up, running around, playing in the woods, or, you know, playing on a playground or whatever, okay? So most people in the study reported spending most of their free time watching TV or playing computer games. Most people watch TV or play computer games. Okay, so there's my main idea, and there's are my 3 supporting details. Now, this same chart, so hold on, back up. For your assignment today, you're going to watch this video, obviously. You're going to see how to do main idea and supporting details chart. Then you're going to read these 2 sections. You're going to read Find Your Place, and you're going to read The Great Outdoors. And you're going to pick one of them. You don't have to do both. You're just going to pick one, but you do have to read both of them. So read 2, pick 1. Do main idea and supporting details. You're going to get on Flipgrid, and you're going to tell me which one you picked, and you're going to tell me the main idea and the supporting details that you found. Okay, so if you read if you picked The Great Outdoors, you are going to say, I picked The Great Outdoors. The main idea is blah, 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 and the supporting details are boom, boom, boom. Okay, I would like for you to have at least 2. That means you have to have 2, not just one supporting detail. You need to have at least 2, but you can have more than 2. I did 3 so that you could see that there's more than 2, okay? But I want you to have at least 2. So you're going to do that on Flipgrid. Then after that is done, you are going to read this last section, why play, why outside. Okay, this whole section right here. And then you're going to get on Microsoft Teams, and you are going to actually be filling in a main idea and a supporting details chart, just like I did right here, okay? That's why I wanted to show you how to fill in the chart, because you're going to be filling in your own chart on Microsoft Teams. Okay, if you have any questions about the assignment, just let me know. If you have any questions about main idea or supporting details, also let me know, okay? So work hard, read those articles, and I will see you guys later.